I'm back. It's Miss Castillo, and I'm back with another read aloud and another twisted fairy tale. So, this one is a twisted version of Jack and the Beanstalk. It's called Jack's Bean Problem. Forget that hen. Now it's time for the best story in the whole book, my story, because once upon a time I traded our last cow for 3 magic beans. And, hey, giant, what are you doing down here? You're wrecking my whole story. I don't like that story, said the giant. You always trick me. That's the best part, said Jack. Fee, fi, foam, fory, I have made my own story. Great rhyme, giant, and I'm sure your story is just as good. But there's no room for it, so why don't you climb back up the beanstalk? I'll be up in a few minutes to steal your gold and your singing harp. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. I knew you'd understand, and there's another little thing that's been bugging me. Could you please stop talking in uppercase letters? It really messes up the page. I will read my story now, said the giant, and he did. You can see the picture here. And the giant is talking in all uppercase, great big letters. Let's see the giant's story. The giant's story. The end of the evil stepmother said, I'll huff and snuff and give you 3 wishes. The beast changed into 7 dwarfs happily ever after, for a spell had been cast by a wicked witch once upon a time. That's your story, said Jack. You've got to be kidding. That's not a fairly stupid tale. That's an incredibly stupid tale. That's an unbelievably stupid tale. That is the most stupid tale I ever heard. Ack! The giant grabbed Jack and dragged him to the next page. So I should tell you, so this is one book that includes The Stinky Cheese Man and other fairly stupid tales. Stupid is not a very nice word, but it is kind of, they're using it in a silly way in this book and not calling somebody that mean name. Okay, then there's Jack's story. I'm going to continue here. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, Tell me a better story, or I'll grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho! The giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, He'll kill me if I do it. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this. Jack cleared his throat and then began his story. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, Tell me a better story, or I'll grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I'll grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho! The giant laughed an ugly laugh. Jack thought, He'll kill me if I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this. Jack cleared his throat and then began his story. So his trick is, in order to avoid getting eaten or having his bones ground up for the giant's bread, he'll just keep repeating the same story over and over again. And you can see that's what happens here. And the story gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And there is an illustration of the giant squeezing Jack. Isn't that silly? So, see you next time. This is I'm going to do some more twisted fairy tales. These are kind of fun. See you later.